What up, my wonder balls? How you doing today? We got some Bloons Monkey City action for you. We're going to be doing a tutorial. I know, kind of fun, right? We've done a lot of these easier tutorials, but now we're getting down to these little bit tougher ones. We've got a heavy woods tutorial, heavy forest, and we can't use farms. And we have to use snipers. Well, we don't have to use snipers, but they're favored, and we don't want to use snipers, so it's like, yeah, they suck. Suck my balls. Stupid snipers. So we're going to get going here. We're going to do a regrow impoppable DDT. I know it's going to be crazy, guys. So this is how you got to do it. Alright, so we're going to get a monkey village. Actually, whoa. Oh, snap. We're actually not going to get a monkey village, guys. This is why. Alright, this is one of the only levels that I'm ever going to tell you not to get a monkey village on. We're going to go straight for a double shot with this, and we're going to go for a wizard. This is one of those levels where the ledge can be extremely painful on you. Extremely painful. It's terrible. Absolutely horrific. But, you don't want to get the monkey village over here, because that's not the good spot for Moab Maulers. This is actually the good spot for Moab Maulers. You get a good shot over here, you get a second shot over here, and then if they ever do randomly get all the way around here, you get a last little ditch effort to make sure that nothing's going to get through. And then, of course, you got some other random stuff over here, which you can stop all the stuff with. So that's why it's really nice to have a monkey village over here, which is, you know, what you want for the DDTs. Now, if this was a Zone My God level, this would be a different story. You could easily go for a monkey village over here, do whatever you want with it. Totally fine. I understand. But in this scenario, you just can't do it. You shouldn't do it. You can do it. You just shouldn't do it. So anyways, I want to talk a little bit about the Spike Factory. I noticed in my past few tutorials, people have been asking questions about the Spike Factory. And I wanted to answer them in the video, because when I answer in a comment, you get 5 people reading it. Nobody really cares. I want to answer it in a video. So that being said, what is the deal with the Spike Factory? Why don't you like Spike Factories on regrow tiles, Chris? That seems really silly. Kind of stupid. Right? Wrong. So first of all, Spike Factory. Normal tile? Camo tile? Go right ahead. Be my guest. Get a Spike Factory. Regrow tile? Especially a hard regrow tile? Probably not. So here we go. We gotta be really careful here. What is this? Just regular pinks coming out in. That was the hard thing. Talk about an easy as cake time here. We got our 4th tier ninja. We did have some blacks and stuff coming out. I guess those are a little bit on the rough side, but overall not too shabby. We're gonna get the distraction going, and I'm gonna get my monkey village ready. And this is where it's gonna get a little bit on the weird side. We might have to use some road spikes on the Moabs coming out. Might have to. We don't want to, but we might have to. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Because sometimes if you get the Bloons coming out, even though the Moab's over, you know, even though his range is like this, if the Moab's still over here, the ninja will still attack him because it hits these Bloons and just shoots over to the other side and hits these guys. So that's why this is a really solid spot for the ninja. Plus, when he comes all the way around, whoop, he gets him over here. But, sadly, you don't get a nice shot over in this little area over here. Usually. Because even though he's aiming first, the Seeking Shurikens are super duper lame, and they'd rather go over here. They'd rather go over here than over here. Of course. Makes sense. So Spike Factories. Why the heck should you not get a Spike Factory on a regrow tile? Well, the basic scenario is they cost pretty penny. I mean, it's $800. So what would I rather do with my $800? Get a random Spike Factory in the back, and then, oh yeah, guess what? The regrows, they, instead of, you got regrow rainbows or zebras or something coming out, and then you don't have enough popping power over here, so guess what? They regrow, and then guess what? They got like freaking 10 seconds to regrow into billions of Bloons, and you're gonna die. Straight up die from these regrows. Not to lose some lives. But if you could magically get a little bit more money over here, $800, baby, $800 over here, then you could maybe pop all those regrows in time. And I know $800 doesn't seem like much, but it can make a really big difference in those regrows. And then even if you need to use a couple sets of road spikes, 4 or 5 sets of road spikes instead of, you know, that Spike Factory in the back that's going to do literally nothing against all those billions of rainbows, yeah, it makes a big difference. So here we go. Oh, here it is. Alright, so check this out. We got the Moab coming out. Check out the Bloons, though. The Bloons are going to go... The Bloons are coming out, which is allowing us to attack this Moab, which is really nice. Will he pop it in time? He does indeed pop it in time. Balloon pop power? Do we have enough? It looks like we might actually have enough. So you're wondering, why am I saving up so much money? I'm not trying to. That was kind of an accident. We're going to put the monkey village right about here, and we're going to get our cannon going. You're really going to have to pack him in here, though. That's the biggest issue with this one. So we got to get a Moab Mauler. Just one, though. Don't go crazy. Just get one Moab Mauler. Got this bad boy. We're going to be able to take down this Moabs very, very easily now. I'm going to get him up to 2-3, though. That's one of those things I like to do. It's going to help against the Bloons, especially because he's, like, right here. He's right here, right in the middle. He's attacking a lot of Bloons, so you're going to do really, really solid with this guy. He's also shooting the wrong way sometimes. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, man. I guess what happens is he aims towards something, and then the Bloon gets popped, so he aims the wrong way for whatever reason. I don't know. Alright, so we got a Moab Mauler. Now we need to get some mortar action. Now what I'm not going to do is put him in the range of the monkey village, so we don't have that much room overall. So there we go, we got the Bernie stuff, we're going to get the bigger blast as well, and we're going to go for a 3rd tier cannon. Again, the only reason that I'm doing this is because it is indeed a regrow tile. If it wasn't a regrow tile, I'd probably get more Moab popping power. Check out that Bernie stuff. Oh yeah, man, taking those balloons down like that. Snippity snap. Snippity snap. The ceramics, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So here we go. How are we going to pop those balloons, man? We're going to need to use a set of road spikes here. I didn't really need to, but I got kind of afraid. So what we're going to do is we're going to get one more cannon. I'm going to put him right about, I think. I would like to fit him right here if he fits well. Perfect. All right. Put him on close. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. We're going to get a 3-2 cannon. So now, the balloon should not be a big deal. That means our ninja can really spend all of its time and effort on the Moab class balloons, which is exactly what we want to see. This is actually a really good level for a lot of explosions. Think about it. You got a big area right in the middle here where you can use explosions to your advantage. I mean, there's so much close map to each other, so it works out pretty perfect. It would be a really good level for a tack shooter. Sadly, you can't use the tack shooters. Oh, so sad. So we got a lot of money again. We're going to get Moab Mala. Another Moab Mala, if it fits inside the range of this monkey village. We want to make sure, of course, it's inside the range of this guy. Now, we have tons of Moab popping power. We have a pretty decent amount of balloon popping power with this 3-2 cannon and everything. Pretty decent amount of Bernie stuff popping power. So overall, things are going pretty swell. Pretty swell. So we're going to spam quite a few more Moab Maulers, and then maybe a little tiny bit more balloon popping power after we get enough Moab Maulers. Or we could just go crazy, man. The one cool thing about it would be if you went for a 2-3 monkey village after you had these guys, and then guess what? Balloons ain't nothing anymore. They just done. So, yeah, not that big of a deal. Yeah, we got the Moab Maulers coming around. We got another shot after they go all the way around. So let's just do it, man. We got 3, 4, 5 Moab Maulers. We have a pretty decent little chunky wizard here. We don't need him anymore. Get him out of here. And we're going to go for it. We're going to get... This is the big money levels, by the way. Big money levels. The only issue at the moment would be Gigantic Reroll Rush, which is what we're having to deal with right now, or a BFB. So, pretty much 2 things at the same time. So that's why you needed the cannon and the birdie stuff. They're really, really good against these group balloons. You might even want to think about getting a 4th-tier cannon, especially a little bit later on in the game. Or just save up for that Arctic Wind. It's obviously much more effective. But against a BFB amount of balloons, yeah, that could be a little bit rough for us. So we get Monkey Intelligence Bureau. I think that's better than the 4th-tier cannon. So now, look at this. Cannon popping power. It's absolutely amazing, my friends. Seriously. There's going to be like nothing getting through for a little while. So we're just going to get our monkey village going all the way up. We're going to get them up to 2, 3. The reason why I do that is because I'll forget later. I'll forget to upgrade them. So I just do it now. Even though it's probably not the most effective thing to do, it is fairly effective to get it now and just wait it out. And every time you get a tower, it's already more effective than what it would have been. Because you get more range and more attack speed. 15% attack speed, in fact. 15%, man. That's a pretty good chunk right there. Alrighty. So how are we going to do against these DDTs? Actually, quite horrific. Believe it or not. We still cannot pop DDTs. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a 2-3 ninja. This is one of those weird things that I've been liking to do lately. I've been liking to get 2-3 and 2-4 ninjas, in fact, for big, crazy balloons that I'm like, oh my god, I don't know if I can defend that thing. Well, if you know you can't defend it, we'll get something that can defend it, which is pretty much your towers already, if you have them go at half speed. So now we've got the big bad BFBs coming out, but we're taking them down pretty easily overall. I'm going to get a few more Moab Maulers. I still feel like we can't pop all the balloons if we have a big, crazy rush or something coming out, especially DDT balloons. We're going to go like that. I'm actually going to move my mortar down to over here, so when the DDTs pop right over yonder, we can get them decamoized right there and just bloop, take them down. At least that's the plan. We'll see. You know, if the DDTs don't pop as fast as I want them to, we'll have to move them around just a little bit. So we're going to go for more Moab Maulers. So this is the point where you're like, alright, dude, Chris, definitely, maybe even earlier than this, you can go for a Spike Factory. You know, especially if it makes you feel safe and all gooey and ooey and delicious on the inside. It does for me. I feel like, you know, I'm a marshmallow. I'm getting roasted over a campfire. And my outside, you know, it's feeling pretty toasty and everything. My inside's getting all gooey, and then all of a sudden you realize you're on fire! Holy crap! Get out of the way! I'm on fire! Blow on me! And then you blow the marshmallow out, and then you realize I burnt my frickin' marshmallow. You hate your life. You gotta start all over again. Some people just eat the burnt marshmallow because they don't feel like starting over. I'm not usually that guy. I will restart that marshmallow. Or maybe I'll pick off the outside. I've done that too. That's kind of weird, but I do it. So anyway, surprisingly, level 24, still no DDTs. Still feeling pretty good. Our Moab Mauler spam is going really well, by the way. Getting tons of these. But we need more balloon pop power for sure. So what do we want to go for? I'm actually thinking just go for cannons. 3-2 cannons. Why? Because we don't need 4-2 cannons. We don't need to stun them. We really don't. We just need to pop them. So let's pop them all. Let's get those 3-2 cannons. But the money is so slow. There's a oh my god already. Let's just use it. We're going to use the 2-4 ninja abilities. Take this guy down, man. Just don't let him get anywhere. Check out that destruction right there. The balloon destruction. Even with no 4th tier cannons, no Arctic winds, no nothing. We just destroy him right away. Alright, so let's get a few more of those cannons that I was telling you guys about. We're almost out of cannons overall, though. So there's DDTs trying to sneak on through. Oh, we can't get him into range. Can't we? Can't we? We need to put him in the range, otherwise they're pretty much worthless. So, yeah. Right here. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to get him up to 3-2 as well. Usually my 3-0 cannons are like more than enough for early game, but if you're going late game, 3-2 cannons, they're solid. They are absolutely solid, especially if you don't need to get 4th tier. If you don't need to go 4th tier, get the 3-2, man. So around 27, easy as cake, as per usual. Bloon's still getting a little bit of distance on me. Yeah, we're ready for him, though. Now, on the other hand, if this was a group BFB level, that would be slightly different. I would definitely, always, in every single scenario, go for an Arctic win. I would. Absolutely would. Anything else that we can think about doing where we're like, we absolutely need that? Not really. So here we go. Actually, that one fit perfectly. How did I not get that before? So look at those balloons, man. Trying to sneak on through on me like that. Ah, get out of here. We need to get another cannon. It's obvious. More cannon destruction. And if that really was an extreme emergency, of course I would have gotten my ninja flowing. But I didn't see it. I just saw a few pinks leaking through, and I'm like, oh, my spike actually going to take care of them. Of course, micro a little bit, micro a little bit here, micro a little bit there, and everything's just going to go very, very smooth. So here would be the biggest problem. If we have a Oh my god, and then you have DDTs coming out underneath that Oh my god or something, that would be a little bit on the rough side. Or if 5 Oh my gods came out, yeah, I don't know, man, that would be a little bit hard. So everything's going very, very smooth. Few DDTs. Obviously, the DDTs are not the biggest issue for us today. It's actually these Oh my gods. So we have Oh my gods on top of DDTs. Let's get ready for it. We use the 2-4 ninja ability, and we got 5 lives because of it too. That's pretty sweet, isn't it? I like it. I like it a lot. Feel free to move your mortar around if you need to, and we are victorious. So overall, fairly easy. Started off a little bit difficult, and I can see how people might have a hard time with that. Ooh, we got 6 crates for a mini land grab. Ooh, look at that. I could definitely see how people would have a problem with that. In the early game, especially against those regrows, if you don't put your ninja in the right spot, or if you don't get a wizard very easily, you're probably going to be doomed, man. You're going to be doomed. But anyways, that's all I'm going to have for you guys today. Obviously, we're going to move on. We're going to play some more monkey stuff pretty darn soon. The next level we're going to play is this delicious little level right here. I think we're almost done with these heavy wood tiles. Soon we're going to be on the jungle terrain. This is still a heavy forest. Kind of sad. One of the toughest maps in the game, by the way. I had a hard time with it. But, we'll be alright. But the jungle terrain, we finally start using farms, and things are going to get a little bit on the easier side, at least in my opinion. We don't really need to play this swirly-whirly gumdrop level, but we should probably play this turkey hand level. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and have a super duper delicious day.